Tigress is honestly one of the most amazing characters in the entire Kung Fu Panda series. To really understand why she stands out so much, let's take a closer look at her story and what makes her who she is. First off, she didn't have the easiest start in life. Unlike some characters who grow up surrounded by love and family, Tigress was abandoned by her own parents when she was just a little cub. She ended up spending a lot of time alone in an orphanage, feeling misunderstood and even feared by others. From a young age, she was already incredibly strong and fierce, which unfortunately made some people uncomfortable around her. Because of this, many treated her like a monster, and she was left isolated and alone in the orphanage.
But he would come here to adopt a child because they're afraid of her. She's a monster! A monster!
It's a pretty sad beginning when you think about it. But things changed when Master Shifu came into her life. He adopted her and became like a father figure, offering her guidance and training. He gave Tigress structure, discipline, and a clear purpose, which helped her grow into the powerful warrior she is. However, Shifu himself was dealing with his own emotional struggles, mainly from past trauma involving Tai Lung, so he wasn't able to give Tigress the warmth and emotional support she really needed. Tigress noticed this emotional distance and learned to be strong on her own. As a result, she grew up not only strong but also somewhat lonely. This mix of strength and loneliness makes her a really relatable and multidimensional character for many people. Another big part of what makes her so inspiring is her incredible strength and discipline. She's the leader of the Furious Five, and everyone respects her for how focused, precise, and disciplined she is, sometimes even to a fault. When you look at the Furious Five, Tigress is the one who trains the hardest, follows the rules the most strictly, and pushes herself further than anyone else. It's no surprise she's considered the strongest member of the group. Her dedication, hard work, and self-control make her not just a great fighter but also a powerful role model. One of the most interesting things about her is how her relationship with Po develops over time. At first, Tigress didn't really like Po much, and honestly, she didn't take him seriously at all. When Po was first chosen as the Dragon Warrior, she thought it was a mistake. In her eyes, Po wasn't ready for such an important role. She believed that she should have been chosen as the Dragon Warrior instead because she was much more disciplined and had trained very hard to achieve that. It seemed like Tigress didn't see Po as a real contender to her dedication and skill. But as time went on, something changed. She began to notice qualities in Po that surprised her. Even though Po had no previous experience with Kung Fu and didn't seem ready at the start, he never gave up. He kept pushing himself, learning, and getting better, even when things were really tough and almost everyone doubted him. Po's determination and refusal to quit made her start to respect him. When Po finally defeated Tai Lung and proved himself as the true Dragon Warrior, Tigress realized he was exactly the right person for that role, and her respect for him grew even stronger. Another important moment in their relationship happens in the second movie. After Po starts struggling with the trauma from his past, it's Tigress who notices that something is wrong. She comforts him, which is a big deal because she is usually very guarded and keeps her emotions to herself.
I have to know. The hardcore can't understand.
Tigress, no!
The hardcore do understand.
This moment shows a lot of growth for her character. She's starting to care about others in a deeper, more open way. It's a beautiful change and makes Tigress feel even more real and relatable. Looking at Tigress's journey throughout the Kung Fu Panda movies, you can see how much she changes. In the first film, she's very reserved, serious, and focused on following the rules. By the second film, she begins to soften and open up emotionally, especially with her friends. By the third movie, she becomes even more relaxed and comfortable in herself while still keeping that strong, tough edge that's part of her personality. She strikes a great balance between being strong and disciplined but also caring and approachable. All of these things together, her growth as a person, her tough but complex personality, and her incredible fighting skills, make Tigress one of the most loved characters in the Kung Fu Panda franchise. Honestly, if there was a whole series focused just on Tigress as the main character, I think it would be a huge success. Besides Po, she's definitely my second favorite character in the entire franchise.